And so, as I mentioned, Governor Wolf was leading, technically our client for the Pennsylvania Commonwealth, the 5-year future worker strategy. And I had the pleasure of working directly with Tom Foley, the Deputy Director of Policy at the Pennsylvania Department of Labor and Industry. So I've invited him on to talk a little bit about the strategic collaboration process and the future work consulting that we convened, and the product that was produced, the report and the set of recommendations. So Tom, do you want to join the screen? Should I stop sharing? I think that might be better for now. And then we'll jump into Q&A.
Thanks, Ann, and good afternoon, everybody. As Ann said, my name's Tom Foley, and I serve as the Deputy Policy Director at the Department of Labor and Industry in Harrisburg. In case you're not familiar with labor and industry, our 4,000 person agency runs a number of different areas. We administer the unemployment compensation programs, the workers' compensation system. We enforce the safety and labor protection laws and regulations. And we also house the Commonwealth's Workforce Development administrative and partnership operations. And I know we have a few colleagues from CareerLinks on here today, so shout out to you all. Thanks for your good work. In the policy office, we support each of these deputates while also working to understand what the future will be for our Pennsylvania labor force and the businesses across the Commonwealth, as well as trying to figure out how to attract new workers and businesses to Pennsylvania as well. We're trying to figure out how to help Pennsylvania businesses, families, and workers create a sustainable, secure, and stable future. Over the past 3 years, which is about how long I've been at Labor and Industry, we've been thinking a lot about the future of work and what it means in particular for workers. The COVID-19 pandemic obviously interrupted a little bit of our focus there. The future of work is really not completely something new. Every generation of Americans has seen the world of work rapidly and irreparably changed by technology, from the 19th century advent of iron and steel plows to the 20th century introduction of gasoline-powered tractors, from the rise of the typewriter and the growth of typist pools to their declines at the advent of the personal computer and the smartphone. Where we work, how we work, for whom we work, for how long we work, and for how much we work. These things are constantly evolving. Earlier this year, Governor Tom Wolf's office asked us in the policy shop at Labor and Industry to develop a 5-year strategy for anticipating and adjusting to the next chapter of the future of work. Now, we're a small office. There's just 2 of us in the L&I policy shop, but we're mighty. And I'd like to think we're pretty smart enough to realize that when we don't know something, we go directly to the person who we know is the expert. So when we got this task, we called Ann and the Future Works Alliance to partner on developing this strategy for the Wolf administration to begin planning for the future of Pennsylvania workers. We worked with Ann for about 6 months, and I can tell you that we saved about 1.5 years. Ann brought expertise and imagination. She leveraged the Shelling Point platform in really new and exciting ways that just completely wowed us and have us excited, both in Labor and Industry and other partner agencies, to engage with Future Works Alliance in the future on this strategic collaboration. It's really helped us get a sense of perspectives, diverse perspectives across the Commonwealth, to help us understand, 1, what's already happening in this future of workspace, 2, what people from business, government, labor hope to happen and what they expect to happen, and 3rd, and maybe most critically, what they're afraid might happen if there's a leadership vacuum in thinking, in fostering collaboration and coordinating on this issue. In less than half a year, the Department of Labor and Industry and Future Works Alliance, with Ann's leadership, really brought strategic collaboration about the future of work to bear on addressing the challenges that we're thinking about. She helped us realize not only the points of disagreement, but also the broad areas of consensus that already existed across these diverse groups. And that was really surprising. That's not something that we anticipated to see, broad agreement from regions across the state that are not contiguous. And, you know, you don't often think that management and labor have a lot in common these days, but we were excited to see that there is actually some shared thought on issues related to the future of work. Anne helped us really identify how to get a camel through the eye of a needle. And what I mean by that is that even when we did identify those areas of disagreement, we were able to analyze and discern how to adjust our assumptions in ways to turn those areas of disagreement into areas of agreement, and really break down those walls, which in normal processes takes months, if not years, of dozens, if not hundreds of conversations. And we were able to do that with the strategic collaboration software in a matter of months. It's really been pretty incredible. With the COVID-19 pandemic, like most people, we at Labor and Industry were severely disrupted. We had to focus on some other things. And frankly, we were at risk of falling behind on thinking about the future of work. And I can say without exaggeration that through this partnership with FutureWorks Alliance, we're now thinking of the future of work from the future. We've gotten a tremendous head start. Anne's helped us lead. Anne has helped us leap forward by sharing her expertise and leveraging her experience to figure out how we can get ahead of the ball game and start planning, not just for the remaining time in the Wolf administration, but for the next governor, whoever that may be. And this is all, this is no easy feat considering how in flux this future really is. I like to think about when I was coming through graduate school in 2017 and thinking, wow, it's going to be so exciting to buy my first self-driving car in 2019. We're still waiting for that. But back to focus here. Without Anne and our partnership with the FutureWorks Alliance, the time that my colleague Julia Grubbs, the director of the policy office, and I would have had to devote to conducting interviews, analyzing responses, doing our own research, producing a plan, not only would Governor Wolf probably have been out of office, but my kids who were toddlers would probably be in grade school. So we are so grateful to have had the opportunity to work with Anne and FutureWorks Alliance to develop this strategy, this 5-year strategy for the future of workers in Pennsylvania. And we're really excited about the opportunities that are going to come out of this for businesses, for workers, and their families across Pennsylvania. So happy to talk more about the project, but I just wanted to say that we're so grateful for this partnership, and thanks, Anne, for launching us into the future.
Tom, that was amazing. Thank you so much. It was a real pleasure to work with the Commonwealth. I and meet all of the people who are so passionate about the future of the Commonwealth from all kinds of regions. It really, I learn the beauty of a process like this is that I get to learn as much as I share, so it's really great. And this is what collaboration should be, right? It shouldn't be painful. And, I just want to say that before we open it up for questions, which please, and anyone who has any questions about any part of the presentation or the business model, FutureWorks, how we're pivoting a little bit at this 1-year mark, please put any questions in the chat. But I just want to say that, I started this process with a very public servant mindset, to do good and to, really I've always had the common good sort of perspective. And that's not really changing at all. I still feel convinced that this is the best way to continue to do high impact work. And it's just a little bit different of a business model and in my view, the only sustainable path forward for continuing to do this with FutureWorks is partnering with leaders like the Pennsylvania Department of Labor and Industry and Governor Wolf and other any leaders really in the region that want a highly efficient expert process for getting projects moving in the right direction with as much innovation and expertise baked in. So the mission mindset is very much still at the heart of what we're doing. So with that, I wanted to open the floor